And that will tell you the what? The the level at which people don't want to read. And me, I believe in the saying that the readers of today are the leaders of tomorrow. Yes.
You know, I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, John Maxwell, Jim Rohn, and they said that the greatest enemy of man is not Satan, that the greatest enemy of man is not even poverty, which our country and other part of Africa we felt is our end. That the greatest enemy of man is not even poverty. That the greatest enemy of man is ignorance.
Yes.
That ignorance is the cause of all distractions in life.
True. Very true.
That the quotation God said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." That is very true. That God cannot help you with what you don't know.
Very true.
The less you know, the less He can bless you. The more you know, the more He can bless you. And sometimes I went further to say, if you put Bill Gates and Bukum Bonku face to face, Bukum Bonku will beat Bill Gates. But it's not about the physics, it's the mentality. We don't invest in our mind. You and an elephant, who is much stronger?
The elephant is much stronger.
But you and the elephant, whose mind is very powerful. So you were not giving physics, you were giving the mind. So once you throw it away, you don't put necessary information, you dampen your spirit.
Very true.
So I want to find out something very important. The youth and money. What do you have to say? What do you have to say about that? Youth and money.
This is a very complicated topic, but
Okay.
I'll touch on it briefly.
Okay.
The youth and money today, yes. I can say that the majority of the youth are interested in what? Quick money.
Okay.
Yes, they want money instantly. They want it now, instant gratification. They don't want to put in the work and get the money, but they want to get the money without the work, and that is not possible. As Frederick Douglass once said, without struggle, there is no progress. You can't get it just like that. If it was that easy, everybody would have been rich.
Les Brown said that there's no secret to wealth, that there's a system.
It's a
And
system.
many people don't want to learn the system.
And then if you work the system will work for you. So most people don't know this. They don't read. If you read, you will see all these things. Come on, my brother. When I wanted to change my situation, looking at the background I'm coming from, my brother, it was tough. I decided to read. After reading, I decided to come out with a book. And since I came out with the book, I have sold over 3,000 copies of that book.
Wow. I really want us to touch on the book. I don't know how many minutes we have, but I want us to touch on the book. What led to writing of the book? What's the reason? What's the passion behind the book?
In 2013, as part of my course of study at the University for Development Studies, that's BX Social Science Education,
Okay.
I was sent to Business Senior High School,
Okay.
the school I completed in 2007.
Okay.
I went back there to have my out-campus teaching practice there.
Okay.
When I got there, I realized that the students were not what motivated. Come on,
Okay.
most of them were not coming to class. Most of them were not using their time properly. So at first, I wanted to get a book that would teach them the power of purpose. A book that would teach them the importance of managing your time effectively. A book that would teach them how to avoid negative influence. I searched through and then I wasn't getting a book like that.
Okay.
Then one day I saw a powerful quotation by an American writer by name Toni Morrison. And Toni Morrison said, if there is a book you want to write and that book has not been written yet, then you must write it. Yes, if there is a book you want to write and that book has not been written yet, then you must write it. Right from that moment, I started writing Going Beyond the Limit. And then in less than a year, I was done with the book. Yeah, so that was the passion. My passion was to solve a problem.
So that comes to that. This one was meant to solve adversity.
Yes, please.
Our topic is how to overcome adversity. Now, very soon, our time will be due. I want you to just say 3 key things on how to overcome adversity.
The first is what? You must make a decision.
Okay.
A decision. You must make a decision. And I always tell people, the point where you can make a strong decision and stick by it is what? When you are sick and tired of being sick and tired of your situation. I was sick and tired of my situation. I was sick and tired. I was jobless, Come on. I was sick and tired. I wanted to change my situation. So I made a decision with my life. And I believe that you can make a difference if you have not made a decision in your life.
Decision is key.
It's key, my brother.
So the first one, make a decision.
Make a decision. And
just decide.
Decide. I see people who are going through what relationship, abusive relationships. They decide, okay, today it's over between me and him. I won't go. And the next day they are there again. People will tell you they want to start businesses. They start the business, a little challenge will come, they will give up.
They have not made the decision.
Not made the decision. The moment you make a decision and stand by that decision, my brother,
that's a decision.
The world will create a way for you. Yeah.
So what's the second? I need 3 key steps to overcome. The first one is decision. Make a decision. What's the second one?
The second one is, my brother, you must be willing to pay the price for what you want.
That is what many people don't want to do.
Yes. Many people are struggling right now. Many people are going through tough times right now simply because they are not willing to pay the price. What is the price? Are you willing to pay that price? Most people don't want to pay that price. They are scared of pain. Stop running away from pain. Use your pain to move you from where you are right now to where you want to be. So I just want to tell people, you must be willing to pay the price. What kind of adversity are you going through?
Okay.
Is it a relationship problem? You are in an abusive relationship. There must be a price you must be willing to pay to get a better relationship. There is always a price. Find out what is it and be willing to pay that.
So that's the second. What's the last one?
The last one is what? The mindset. The mindset. Listen, Oliver Wendell Holmes will tell you, the mind, once expanded to the dimensions of a large idea, never returns to its original size. The mind, what you think about most of the time is what you become. Yes. So if you are going through an adversity right now, and you are thinking that, oh my God, this is where God wants me to be. For me, I have taken it in good faith. My brother, think.
We become what we think about.
You become what you think about. If you are thinking that one day you will be a billionaire, come on, work towards it. Have that mindset. Inshallah, you will be that billionaire.
You know, I was reading the Bible, the Quran, these personal development books, and I saw that as you think, so you are.
Yes, as you think, so you become.
And they gave an example of some scientists who want to research on the power of conditioning. So what they did was that they brought a dog and served the dog a fresh meat, but they tied the dog. So anytime the dog see the meat is hungry, it will try to get the meat. Then the chain will yank the dog back. They did that for 2 weeks. The 3rd week, they brought the dog out, tied the dog, and served the dog the fresh meat. And the dog just sat and looked at it. They shifted the fresh meat closer, and the dog backed away. The next day, they unchained, they removed the chain, and served the dog the fresh meat. And the dog just sat and looked at it. They shifted closer, then the dog backed away. So the conclusion of the study was that when you are conditioned to think like a slave, even if you are free, you still act like a slave. And one amazing thing was 1975, I heard this story from Zig Ziglar. They conduct a research on the average IQ of children from blacks and children from whites. And the average IQ of children from whites was 105. And the average IQ of children from blacks was 85. So they mix them together, give them the same food, the same drink, the same education, the same training for 4 good years. They came back and conducted the study again to evaluate their average IQ. Surprisingly, the average IQ of children from the whites rise from 105 to 115. And the average IQ of children from blacks, they were surprised, rise from 85 to 115 to be on the same level with the children. So the conclusion was that the African child brain is not less than a white man child brain. That the difference is the information we fed into the brain, the kind of music they listen to, the kind of movies they watch, the kind of entertainment they put in the brain. Now you are also saying our thoughts really determine, really influence us. We become what we think about. So every day you choose what you listen to, what you watch, what you see. All these things actually put those things in you. But my problem with the reason why many people don't read is that if you listen to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu very carefully, some people came and asked him, Prophet, assuming you want this dunya, what's the secret? He said, seek for knowledge. So, okay, what if you want lahira, Jannah? He said, seek for knowledge. They got and said, okay, what if you want both? That's seek for knowledge. Then Prophet went ahead and told them that the first instruction he, Rasulullah, received from Almighty Allah was Iqra, read in the name of thy Lord. So why is it that the Muslim you don't want to read? Are we really following the... So how can you even serve God with ignorance? I would like you to touch more on that so that we'll conclude the part.
Okay, thank you very much. On the issue of what you think about, so many years ago, I saw myself sitting here. So many years ago, I saw myself doing what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
So many years ago, I saw myself holding a microphone and then speaking to a large number of people.
Wow.
And also, I saw myself working with an international organization that improves the lives of children. And today I am doing that.
Whatever you see,
it's possible. You can really get it.
Mm-hmm.
The mind, once expanded to the dimensions of a large idea, never returns to its original size. Yes.
I think on this note, I would like us to end our episode down with the motivation.